It's February 15th. I'm gonna go check traps today. It's been a few days. Just bad weather, some other stuff going on there. We'll see what's all happening. Okay, so today we're gonna start at our farthest bait. Looks like there's some activity here, some canines, probably some wolves here. I seen some tracks right by the approach, and we're heading that way. It's drifted in a bit, not as bad as I thought. At least you can see the tire tracks. I was expecting to be just drifted right in. Won't be bad in the bush, and yeah, we'll carry on. Well, I've picked up a few snares so far, and all the trails are drifted in and snowed in here. You got a ribbon over here. There's nothing in it. I'm just gonna show you that in the bush here, like the snares a couple inches off the snow there, and we got to be 20 inches there. But this is was a trail, so it was a little bit stiffer, so I had to raise my snare up. But just behind there, the coyotes made a trail that parallel this roadway here, this cut line. But that's how all the snares are looking, empty and a couple inches above the snow. So we'll carry on the loop, and forgot to bring my camera cards. And I have a few cameras out here, so I'll have to come out another time. At least the road's not as bad as I thought. I thought I'd be shoveling and plowing, but not bad at all. We got a few tracks here in the snow. This is where we caught the first coyote for the year, and two more here. It's kind of funny. If you look right here, coyotes come right up, comes in, sees that, turns around and leaves. But if we look over there, they had a trail where they knew their buddies got caught and they were coming through here, and we got one. I'll go over there once I pull this one. Always keep yourself flexible, boys. Touch your toes, then your nose. All right, so here we're at the coyote, and that was the trail over there. Looks like he might have got one of his legs through and spent a minute or two here, but still really nice fur on him there. I forgot to bring a tripod. Everybody else is using tripods, and I always think, well, I'm gonna bring mine or use my GoPro, but I keep forgetting or just go out the door in a hurry. But a nice looking coyote, still good, not rubbed up. It's been here a little bit, and we're not remaking these, so I'll just pull it. And this trail where he came in, well, he didn't come in here, he was heading out this way, and he got caught before he made it there. All right, we'll catch you at the next set. Next set, hopefully there's a wolf there. That was that wolf trail, and they haven't been around really, and all the bait's gone. When I drove up, there was one raven trying to get some scraps there, but it's been out for a couple weeks. The rest of the coyote tracks there, that's my seed for next year. This old girl, she's getting tired, but she's still doing the job. Keeps getting lighter every couple days. More rust falls off, so gotta add more weight in the back so I keep my traction up. Anyways, we're gonna get on with this guy, get around here and start cleaning up. Oh, would you look at that? Nothing. Yeah. Blends right in. Looks like there's some deer tracks, maybe not wolf walking through, and they might have kicked off to the side here. Anyways, we'll hang this up for the season. See you at the next set. So this is one of the trails that they made since the last time I was here, so it's pretty heavily traveled. So they're still getting into that bait on this side here. So, but like I said, I'm pulling everything, so this will be my seed. Good to see a good heavy trail like that. Again, there's my snare. Let's see what happened here. Is it a rabbit or a coyote? So something came, probably a coyote, looks like. Smaller tracks, and must have came through there and then backed up and went out. I don't know how that happened, or he stepped over it maybe, but definitely a coyote track coming. You can see his footprint here, and then it backs up and turns around and goes that way. So maybe it's seen the snare or smelt the snare. I don't know if it went through the snare. Well, it might, but it would have been around its neck and no way for it to back up. So probably brushed it, seen it or heard it, and then backed up, and then you see how that just flicked open. Probably what happened there. All right. Again, another heavy coyote trail there, and then here. So they're staying in this bush, kind of like what I seen last year towards the end. And I said I was going to set heavy around the bait one day and clean up what's there. But the coyote numbers seem to be down this year, or they're not hitting the baits as hard anyways. So I'm just going to leave that for another year, and we'll play with that another time. Plus, it's late in the year, and don't want to pick up rubbed ones or anything like that. So we'll grab our ram and carry on. So I've been pulling the snares here. We just rolled up to the last one. I didn't pull it out yet, but this is where we caught the black wolf last year. One of the last checks. It was right on this trail, tucked away just down there. One bad thing about this track, once the windows go down, they don't always go back up. But anyways, it's just right there. There's nothing in there. So we got one snare there, and then these are how many power rams I had out. I'll do a quick count and turn it back on and let you know, but not that many, and we still did pretty good here, considering we didn't have a lot of bait for the most of the year, and coyote numbers are down a bit, but we will count it up for you. So there was 11 snares, and as we were going around last time, we had a couple catches. We didn't fix the snares, and a couple that we didn't replace after. So the 11, and I'd say there was probably another 5 or 6 before we started pulling everything. They were just leaving them as we were catching them. So that's not too bad. 17 snares, and we'll have to do a coyote tally here. I'm having a tough time talking today. Probably it's because I only got a couple hours of sleep. Anyways, I'm gonna pull that, and we're out of this bait and off to another one. And that one's where we're setting up for the wolves to go through, where I got stuck on that moose head. And then after that, we got a couple more, and then we got the strip. And I gotta watch my time because I have to go and meet somebody today at 5:30, and it's 2 o'clock now. All right, catch you at the next bait. So this was supposed to be our gimme the last time we were out here. Coyotes were using that steady, slipped that in, and not one track after. But we did have one kind of look over there and turn around and decide not to go. I call that a false start. They start down, decide not to go, and turn around. I don't think he's seen that snare. That's pretty hard to see. I think he just didn't want to go through that rat's nest that the snow kind of pushed over there. We'll carry on. Catch you at the next set. Well, we made her to the moose head bait, we're gonna call it. We have one snare in there, one back there, one on there, 2 in there. I seen there's nothing in. The snow drifted them up. I'll pull those ones there. We got 2 on that side and 2 in there. So this one's nice and close. The birds are been pecking at this. And we got coyote tracks going here. Going under here. This is where we stuffed one before. And we got a coyote there, and the other coyotes are just walking right over them. Maybe not. They come check them out from both sides. And then our other snare, it's just over there. I should probably just walk this way and check it out. But there's one. No birds got to it. That's good. Hard to see. I'll have to come in from the trail on the other side because I got a snare I gotta check there anyways. But coyotes are still using these trails. We're gonna remake this one. You see, I'll probably stick it in the same spot. The coyotes are gonna come check it out anyways, and I just might stuff it instead of here, just up a little bit, and I'll blend in with those little willows in a little bit of a corner there. All right, that's one here. So what I did here, here's our trail. They're using that steady. This is where the coyote was caught, disturbed it a bit. I stayed anchored to the same tree. I just strung it out, and then I put a stick there to block off that trail. And the snares blended in right there. And right where that coyote is right now, that's where it's gonna come in. I just kick it out a little bit. We're supposed to get some snow in the next day or two. Flick that up, and then we should be good. Made a little cross here just to keep them from going over there. Just because my cable's strung out. I could have moved my anchor point, but it's good enough there that it blends in. Coyote's gonna come along. Do. Hey, a snare. Not gonna notice it. Carry right on and get caught. We'll bring this one to the truck. It's not too bad of a colored one. Still, fur's in good shape. And we're gonna go check out the other snares here. We'll probably go this way next. All right. So we got some coyote tracks here and deer tracks. So the deer are going back and forth on this. I think a tractor came and pulled a moose or something out. And we got coyote tracks that go up there part ways, but then they don't go right to the snare. They go close. I'm not gonna go there and mess it around. They go close and then they kick off. So nobody's snared here for quite a long time, what I'm told, so shouldn't be smart to that. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Not too worried. We got one coyote moving around here. This is where we found that elk head. Actually just up there a little bit. So we got another snare we got to go check over here. And it looked like there was something there. Seen something sticking out of the snow. Ribbon's up there about 15 yards or so. Wind's not bad in here. Out in the field, the wind was picking up and about minus 20 right now. Better than the minus 40 something we had. I was out buying fur the other day. It was minus 33. Talk about cold. At least the wind wasn't too bad. This was our trail. That's our ribbon. And there's our snare. So I'll walk in here just so I can reuse that trail. There's moose in the area here still. So this is what I kind of seen. Looks like a dark, not so nice coyote. This one's got the mites. Yeah, so I'm gonna remake this one. We'll get rid of this coyote, drop him off at the Sleepy Dog Farm, and then carry on. Don't know if anything's gonna use this trail again, but the snare will be there because might as well have it there. It was a trail they were using before, and our bait's over there. Perfect spot for it. All right, we'll catch you at the next snare. We're gonna go in here in a second, and we've seen some coyote tracks head there, so maybe we had some luck. Another spot the coyotes are traveling is this deer trail, but they're not using this trail anymore. It got snowed in, so I walked it out, repositioned my snare, put that little stick there just to keep them centered. And they like to go towards spruce trees and bed underneath them, keep the snow off of them. So lots of times if it's open like this and you look around, you'll see coyote tracks going into bed. And then that's what we got going on here. The deer go in there for thermal. The coyotes go under there for thermal cover. Maybe we'll walk in here together and see. No, nothing there. The snare's bumped though. I'm gonna go fix that. And you can actually see a coyote came and bumped it, came out from that way. Where we caught the coyote is just over here. And we looked at the bottom of that spruce tree, and I thought about walking around here. That's where that coyote went. So the coyote came down here, down the trail, through here, and around that way. But something's come and checked that out and bumped it. So we're gonna walk this out, fix that snare back up, and then carry on. Like I said, there's moose around here, and he's eating these willows, these alders, and messing up my snares. He did this last time and then this time as well. So I'll just fix that a little bit, walk it out. You can see he's been here a couple times. Still haven't gone to check those two snares there. They're over by those spruce trees. And then we're out of here. And then we'll go off and check out the strip. So driving in here, seen where a truck parked, and then must be a coyote collar went out there, or someone's hunting elk still. But this is where we dumped off the one deer a little while ago. Lots of coyote tracks. There's lots of pee, poop all over the trails. And let's see what we got here. So I never did put a snare down there. That's where I drug that deer to make him work for it. And we're gonna go in here, check one snare there, another one there, and one back there. Might as well walk with me. So check the snares, and I'll walk back out and I'll pull them. Good coyote sign though. Lots of trails. They enjoyed the deer. We got one piled up over there. There's my killer snare. Usually catches quite a few a year. And this is where I've been walking in, and that's what they're using. That looks like a nice coyote. Other coyotes came to check it out. Hopefully no birds did. They're stuck right in here. Man, I can't believe the coyote tracks in here. Oh, you can see someone came and pushed their nose right on it. Nice small coyote, but nice fur. I'll put you on pause because I'm just going to walk back where I came from. Okay, definitely a coyote highway here. Goes over there. This is my little walking trail. I got a power ram up there. But you can just see they just destroyed it. The whole carcass and everything's gone. Obviously drug it this way somewhere. So next year I'm going to change things up a bit. If farmer allows me to trap here again. Because the coyotes are getting wise to this one spot. So I might get a bait started here. But off behind me there. Oh, my snare's still there. See, they don't like using these trails. Let's follow up. There's snow on there. Kind of tough to tell if it's a coyote or a deer. But they're getting wise to where I hang my snares. So now I got to change things up. So it looks like a deer came up. Or a coyote, see? Another coyote, I guess. Came up, bumped it, and then backed out. So they're getting wise to what's going on. So I'm going to move my bait another 100 yards that way. So it'll be easier for me to get in. And then they'll have to make new trails, and they won't know the sneak attack after that. So you can see, coyote went in. Had his head in there. Uh-oh. Backed out. And then carried on. Anyways, we're pulling this. So we got one nice coyote. And the other snare's empty. And we'll get out and go check one spot there where that cow was. That's our next stop. We'll catch you at the next set. Now this is funny. Look how beat down this is. They're coming here several times. They go there. That doesn't look good. Go there. Go around this way. Or just come here. Stop. Go around like 100 times. And since they drug that bait closer, this stands right out. And they've checked it out both sides. That's funny. So it just goes to show I got some smart coyotes, and by moving my bait 100 yards, it's going to change the dynamics a bit. I don't think it's the scent, because this has been sitting here for quite a while, but it does stand out like a sore thumb. Oh well, it's caught me lots of coyotes, just like that. All right, we're going to run late here. Going to skip the next bait for now. Got to go home, meet some people, and see how tonight goes, and maybe I'll finish pulling tonight. Well, we weren't able to wrap up yesterday. I think I mentioned that coming in, and we're scraping some snow here, so you can tell we got a little bit of snow last night again, and followed in some wolf tracks here and a couple coyote tracks, but these are wolf tracks here with some snow on there. You can tell by the gate. And had a cool little video yesterday just before I had to go back, but I couldn't find it this morning when I was trying to show a co-worker. And yeah, you guys miss out now. You'll never know what it is. I might tell you. We'll see. But here's my snare. The wind blew that down, looks like, and buried in the snow. And I got a few there. I'm trying to get them checked before sun goes down, and we'll see you at the next set here. Well, folks, we've done this walk before. Something drug this here. Must be the birds. Ravens come here, perch, and then drop the leg bones and stuff like that right here. It's kind of neat because there's no other tracks, just birds there. And last time we were here, there's just one leg, but not 6 legs. Crazy. You can see where the wolves went and checked over there. A couple coyote tracks. Bird's been pecking at it. And we've done this walk a couple times together. So we're just gonna check these snares for the last time this year and pull them. Nice fresh snow. Doesn't look like there's a lot of traffic or stuff like that, but the bait, I'm shaking you guys up a bit as I look around, but the bait's been gone for a bit, just coyote carcasses. And there's one snare right there, nothing in it. And there's some old coyote tracks here where they kick off, go over there. And make our way over there. Nice sunset. Looks like the snare is still there. Maybe, yeah. Just tough to tell. Got one or four here, and there's where it's blended in. No activity there. There's some older tracks there, but like I said, she's dried up. So the wolves just kind of came over this way. Truck and bait's just over there. They came, continued on the trail, and I pulled one snare over there, and they kind of made their own trail through the bush there. So they didn't want to play, and we're done. I'll pick these up and we'll check out the strip next. It'll probably be dark by the time we get there, or just close. So hopefully we got enough light there. Catch you at the next set. Okay, we're stuck. Make sure she's in park. Well, I was plowing through, there's a bit of crust here, so the truck's chewing. I didn't put my plow down because I thought it'd be fluffier than this. And this is where I normally go to get in, but I stayed away from the edge of the bush. I thought it'd be less snow in here. But we're dragging all the way through, and then we stalled out there, so I was able to back up a bit, and I went back and forth and I packed it down, but she's iffy still. So I'm gonna take the plow, kick it off to the side, even though the spring is missing. It might chatter and see what happens here, but it's a harder crust than I thought. But we gotta make it down to the point there, and then I'll walk from there a couple hundred yards to pull the rest of the snares. The secret is just to get there. We still have our beautiful coyotes and the power rams. And that last bait, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 snares, and I had another 4 there before. As I was making catches, I pulled them out. And nothing there this time. It is what it is. All right, we'll catch you down there. I might as well show you what I did there. So you can see the spring's missing here. That's gone. Should be like that. So it dumps a lot more. So I'm gonna keep more weight on that side. It's gonna dump out here, and I can see how things are going. And I'm gonna just skim down probably 3 inches, maybe a bit more from where it is. And should give me enough traction. Let's hope. Okay, I'm shaving a bit too much there, so it's spinning, so I just keep backing up. I lift it up a bit, and that way I can get more momentum. Once I get the momentum, she should be golden. I didn't make it too much farther, and you can see these big snow humps there. It's just me powering out, and the snow is not kicking over, and we got ourselves in a predicament. I can't back up. It's dark here. can't back up anyways, and looks like I had to do some shoveling. We will see how this works out. A lot of shoveling. If I can back up, I'll get turned around. I'll come bring a skidoo in here or something. It's a lot more drifted than I was anticipating. And there's just enough crust that I can't roll the snow off the plow. Fun. Well, I got a fact. I'm still stuck. And shoveled it out a little bit. And it's a fact that nobody likes being stuck and shoveling more than they have to. So I shoveled a bit, I got things freed up a bit. Was only able to move like 3 inches, and then I went ahead, got stuck again. I was able to back up enough to get the plow turned a bit. When it's straight, it goes up another couple inches, and I just need that to quit dragging. But I'm gonna have to dig all this out again. All right, could be a little bit. Don't wait up. Well, I got it dug out. I almost want to try it again, almost. But it's getting dark, and the snowmobile is really not that far from here. I can come check this. Take me about half hour to skidoo out here, maybe 45 minutes. But got the snowplow kind of straightened up. I'm going to clear a spot here to turn around and carry on. I know if I get, that's my track over there. If I get there, I think I'll be good. We'll see how I feel. I'm going to keep working a little bit. If I get there, we'll continue on. I don't know. It's a bad idea. I know. But I know it's packed down and there's a trail there. Here, it's virgin. I thought it was just gonna be a little bit higher than the stubble. And, but it's got that crust in there. Snowplow's not heavy enough. And with that spring missing, I can't push. It keeps tilting and dumping it. And then it just rides up. And then that's where I get high centered. I got a little bit of room to back up here. And I know I shouldn't try it, but I might try it. We'll see. Catch you in a bit. Well, I turned around just about, and then thought, well, it's going okay. I keep pushing these little piles. You can't see. There's 4 piles there I pushed, and then I was going, and my trail's right there. Like if I get there, I'm good for another 20 feet. But I didn't make it there. Now my plow is all the way up, and then the snow got high enough it fell behind the plow, so now I can't even back up. Yeah, should have left well enough alone. But it's so close, it's like right there. Okay, time to get shoveling. So here's one of the stops. We got stuck. There's another pile. Then the other pile. Then the other pile. And this is where we were stuck the last time. Shoveled her all out, spun a bit. The drift there is about 4 feet high. My trail's like right there. So truck's over there, is able to keep working and backing up. Now I'm turned around and I want to keep trying, but I better not. I got fox and some kites to skin tonight still, and this could go on all night. So we'll get the skidoo rigged up. Maybe tomorrow we'll come with the skidoo and pull this bait. I knew this was gonna happen. Waiting too long, some more snow and some crust. Anyways, I got my shovel back here. I think so. Better find it here before I leave. Oh, I see the handle over there. Okay, we're good. See you guys at home. All right, we made it to the strip here. Yeah, skidooed in. I don't think it's half hour. First snare I come to. Looks like we have ourselves a coyote. Looks like a really nicely furred one. A couple coyotes came to check it out. On my way in here at coyote tracks all over the place since it's been cold and the fresh snow. But it's good to see our first check. We got ourselves a coyote here. We'll get it in the snowmobile. It's starting to cool off, probably about -20 now. Not used to skidooing, so the forehead's getting cold. Not much of a trapper if I can't handle the cold in a skidoo, eh? Looks like maybe a bird ate its tongue. Or a weasel or a squirrel or something. Anyways, we're gonna pick it up and we'll just catch you at the next set here. Okay, so the next catch here, we ended up catching this coyote. The next snare is only I don't know, 15 yards down the trail. It looks like this coyote got caught a little bit further back just because of the snow, and then yeah, it shouldn't have been caught far back like that. But anyways, we'll remake, or we're not going to remake it, I guess we're pulling it. We'll get this coyote out and we'll check out the next snare here. Okay, so we're coming to the very next snare here. We're batting pretty good. Looks small, and we got ourselves a little fox. Nice looking little fox. Nice catch, and we'll take it. Right on. Well, we'll see what we got in the other snares. There's only 4 more snares, and I think 2 of them I didn't set back up after I made catches last time I was here. I just kind of set them off to the side. But this is a nice pale fox here. All right, we're off this way. Just about done for the season. Wow, would you look at that? Looking for my ribbon over there and the extra snow, and had to wander around a little bit, and we found it. Should have brought a flashlight. So that's coyote number 3 and 1 fox here, and haven't, knock on wood, had an empty snare yet. Perfect. I had one on that one trail. I don't know if I mentioned it the other day, over by this little strip when pulled that one, and it was empty, but it drifted in. Otherwise I think it would have had a kite, because there's tracks all around, but they didn't want to go down that trail anymore. And this one, I just gotta find where it's anchored over here. So this trail would have been right in here. Right on, we'll take it. Catch you at the next set. All right, we got another one here. So that's 5 for 5 now. I'll pull this, and I think there's 2 more snares around the corner, then we're done. Pretty good run. I guess I should leave them a little longer next time. Like I did, there's a few more trails If I would have had it loaded right up, I think I would have done a little bit better. All right, catch you at the next set. Well, we got some coyote tracks coming over here, and they came to check out our fox. So a little fox got caught. Just went around the tree, didn't even set the ram off. I'm not sure how I'll get that off now. But there you go. It's a real nice little fox there. Nice red one. Yeah, it must have just went around the tree and cinched up and didn't fire off the ram. And I got one fired ram over there that I had a coyote in, and I got one that's still active. So maybe we got something in that one. Pretty good little check here. Didn't miss one yet. Well, snow's up a little bit there, and there's tracks there. I think maybe another fox had jumped through the snare there. See if we can get you to focus, but it jumped through the snare and then carried on. Dang. And like I said, the other snares over there, it fired up the other day. I didn't reset it and just leaned it up against the tree. But it looks like we missed another fox. And there's coyote tracks back here. This really lit up again with coyotes, as we can tell. And we'll pull this. This is the last active snare of the year. We'll catch you later. We'll have a little shop talk tonight. How about? See you there.